What's up guys, it's your boy Crope_home and I'm here today to answer your questions. So obviously some of you on Reddit asked me, Benjamin, that's my name by the way, what theme are you using? What icons are you using? How do you make your desktop look like that? Now it's very simple, like literally this is a Linux community, and if there's one thing that I've learned ever since I moved to Linux is that sharing is caring, you know what I mean? I remember coming to Linux and having no idea of what's supposed to happen, you know what I mean? And that's very, very scary. I couldn't really process everything. I remember being scared of the terminal, you know what I mean? Like, what am I going to write here? What am I supposed to write here now? After a few videos and the community again helping me, not asking community directly like, hey man, how do you do that, how do you do this, but then the community itself, as in asking the questions, going to Stack Exchange, going to Reddit, to the specific distro or operating system, Linux operating system you're using, you get a lot of help there, and I found that as a very, very good thing, and I was inspired by that. And well, hence I've learned something, and with that's something I'm trying to give back to you guys. Now, obviously you guys asked me, what are you using? I mean, like, what theme are you using? What icons are you using? And where did you get them? For now, I'm not able to tell you where I got them, because it's been a long time. It's been a while now, ever since I applied this theme, and I really don't know where I got them. I just remember watching a video of this other guy applying this theme to his elementary OS, and I was also in search for it, so I went throughout the entire web searching for this. But I will put it on my website, so if you really want it, I will upload it on my website where you can go get it there. Now guys, without further ado, let's get started. Now first of all, you guys will need to install elementary tweaks. I'm assuming you guys already have that, but for those who don't have, you can just type in sudo apt install elementary tweaks. But then prior to this, you need to add the repository for elementary tweaks, because it is not added by default when you install elementary OS. So just go ahead and do that first, and once you install it, you already know where to find it. You go to the settings, system settings that is, and I'm pretty sure you can see it already as I open this. So it will be in the personal block here, the first one, just the last one here, tweaks. Now when you open up tweaks, obviously you know what happens here. So obviously you have to go to appearance. In appearance, GTK plus, since we are running in GTK. Now everything here is set to elementary OS, but then once you install the theme, you can select it. Now the theme's name is Sierra Dark, so you can select that, and then it just changes the entire theme globally. And then you can, the icons, I use la-capitaine-icon-theme. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, I'm really sorry, to get those icons. The cursor, I use the captain, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, that. And that's pretty much for tweaks, guys. That's pretty much it. I don't touch anything else here. I like the way elementary OS looks, so I don't tamper with the buttons here. I love looking at like bunny ears, one that's good and one that's bad. So that's it for there. And then you also need to download one for the dock. And when you go to the dock settings here, by the way, you hold control, just close this, you hold control and you right click on the dock, on any icon, whatever it is. Just right click on it, and then this menu pop up, click on preferences, and here it is. So the theme is by default set to GTK, or it will be set to default like so. But then we do not want to use a default theme, so obviously we're going to use shade. So that's how I got this. But otherwise, there's also other one that I do have which is anti-shade, which is the white one. But then for this tutorial I'll be going through the shade one. But then guys, that is pretty much it. Now I don't like my theme. I like to keep my icon size at 32, just 32. I don't like it smaller or bigger. It doesn't make sense to me, so I like to keep it on 32. I prefer it on 32, so I'm going to leave it on 32. And I don't really tamper with anything. For those who want my settings to be applied to yours, these are my settings. So I say it should, whenever I open a window, it should actually dodge it, so it just doesn't auto hide whenever unnecessarily. But then when there's a window on top of it, it should auto hide. So for example, if I open up the terminal here and I bring this here, it will go away. You see, that's the thing. So when I remove it away, it will be back on. When I go over there, because the window is there, then it's gone. It dodges the window. So I set that to that, and that's pretty much it, guys. And then you have this gorgeous theme, so you can see it's globally, it's everywhere here throughout the taskbar. There you can see the menu here as well. It is applied everywhere. The file manager, you find it here as well. Plus it's transparent on the taskbar. I mean the head over there, you can see through the wallpaper there, just on the top. But then okay, now obviously we want to get a nice wallpaper. Not saying that this one is bad, but we want that stunning, that one that will bring all these icons out and that will bring out this theme, even though this one is already bringing it out. Now what I do is I have installed Fondo. Now for those who don't know who Fondo is an app that provides wallpapers which you can download. Very simple, just click on it and it sets the wallpaper and it saves it into your wallpapers within the settings. So here you go into your app center and you just type in Fondo. Now I already have Fondo installed, but for those who do not have it, I always prefer, as an elementary user, always if the option is available, install the app center version. That way you know it is meant for your system and it will run at its best. That's my personal recommendation. Not that you don't want to install one from Ubuntu, but then I just prefer you installing it from the app center's repositories. I just feel safe that way. I feel like, well, you have better experience that way. Now I already have this installed, so I'm just going to open it up, close that, and here in Fondo is where, now obviously you can toggle this to light theme, for example, but then obviously since the theme is global, it won't, so I can just leave it dark. Now here is where you can find beautiful, most gorgeous wallpapers that you would like here. So for example, obviously I always look at my icons before selecting a wallpaper. So I would look at, okay, it's red, blue, okay, less of green. So I would choose something that will actually bring that out. Now something that will bring that out, I would probably technology, because let's go to technology. And we have to look, okay, so something like this one, okay, something like this. So this one looks good, and automatically it will download and it will give you a notification here saying that, okay, well, it's ready. So we can close that and just look at it. It literally brings out the icons. So you have your red and things like that. I always match my icons with my wallpaper, because it just brings it out and everything just stands out and it just looks gorgeous. But like I said, if you do download it from Fondo, you can go to your desktop here and you find that this specific wallpaper is here now. It is also installed into your wallpapers here as well. So I've installed quite a number of wallpapers here. You can see this one was my personal favorite, but at the moment we'll stick to that one. Okay, so that's it for that. Now for example, you do not trust Fondo for some reason, or you just don't want to use it, no problem. You can always head to wallpaper cave. It is one of the wallpaper websites that I prefer because as a Linux user, as I began using Linux, I found that, well, that was the only place where I could get wallpapers, quality wallpapers, because I love 4K wallpapers, obviously. So you can go to wallpaper cave, and here is where okay, so let me just make this full screen. Okay, so first website over there, or link, and here is where you find beautiful, gorgeous wallpapers like this one. For example, let's try this one, and look at that. So yeah, it's very, very interesting. I love it, but I'm looking okay. So yeah, here is where you can find gorgeous wallpapers that will actually bring it out, bring your icons out. My personal preferences would be your icons, check your icon colors and try to match that with your wallpaper. That way you'll see that your desktop looks really stunning, and you'll love it, you'll fall in love with it. So like, for example, if you want to go full dark, you can always use this one. It's also nice, personally. But yeah, or like this one, I love this type of wallpapers. Yeah, so all right, that's pretty much for the wallpapers. Now I also want to cover, obviously you see that there's DuckDuckGo here, there's YouTube here, there is Deezer here, there's Microsoft SharePoint here. Yeah, obviously these apps, I did not install them, but they're more or less of shortcuts, browser shortcuts, since they are web applications. So my web browser, I use Brave. I'm pretty sure all browsers that are based on Chrome, they have this feature. So let me just get out of this. Ooh, sorry guys, just go home. Alright, so for those who are wondering how I got these, like YouTube, so for example, if I go to, let's start, you want to add an app here, right? Now the first thing you want to do is you can go to that app you want to add. So for example, we'll be going to Twitter for today, so I can go to twitter.com. I think I already have Twitter here somewhere. Alright, so I'm going to delete this one real quick, bear with me. Alright, no, let's not try Twitter. Let's go to facebook.com. Facebook.com. Alright, so here's Facebook, and if you want Facebook as an app, since you already know Facebook is a web application, now what you have to do, like I said, I'm using a Brave browser, which is based on Chromium browser. You just have to go in these three lines here, go to more tools, you say create shortcut over there, and obviously you're just going to give it the name of the app. So you say Facebook, and then you say open as window, and then you say create. That's pretty much it. So now what happens here, so let me close that. Facebook now is an app of its own, or it will launch as an app, you see. So that means here it is, here's the icon. So for example, if I close this, for example, you see it's gone, but then I still want it to get installed there. Here it is, it get installed automatically into your app, into your applications if you're on Elementary OS. So obviously you can see I have WordPress here, I have YouTube, Twitter, Outlook, and so forth. But then for this tutorial we're going through Facebook. So Facebook, obviously you just drag to the dock here, and you place it where you want it to be. So obviously that's it. We have Facebook right over there. It's simple as that. So for example, you're that very social guy, you can always add all your things over here. Yeah, and that's pretty much it, guys. There's nothing really much to it. So that it might confuse you. So if I launch Facebook, for example, it will not launch into the browser, but it will launch as an application on itself, as a window. Let me just put it that way. It will launch as a window. So I have basically have Facebook installed. Now, for example, you want to uninstall this, like for example, you just have to go on these three dots again, and there it is. It is the fourth option in the menu. So you can just say uninstall, also clear. No, you don't have to, but you can just say remove, then it's gone. It will go away eventually. There we go. And then so we can come here. We'll see that there's no Facebook because I've deleted it. You can also go to Twitter because I also want to delete this. And you can go with the same step, go there and install Twitter, say remove, that's it, then you just drop it there, that's gone. And if there's any other app I want to uninstall, it's the same process again. So that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, you don't really have to wander around like, okay, I'm on Linux now, what am I going to do? I'm going to miss all my Apple, all my apps that I was using on Windows and things like that. Most apps these days, they are web applications, except for some games, and just say games, but otherwise most of the apps are web applications. So for example, you using Microsoft Word or Microsoft Office, you can always have this Microsoft Office suite, which is an online version, which I think is way better than the Microsoft Office that you download. So obviously here I have all the apps that I need. So I have my Outlook, my OneDrive, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote, SharePoint, Teams. The only app that I do not have here is Access, which is this is just my personal email, so I do not have it. But in my business account, I do have Access. So that's pretty much it. So if I wanted to go and create, let me just go back. If I wanted to go and create a Word document, I would be able to create it right here. So I can say create one, then you can see it opens up here. Now for those who do not want this to happen, what you can do is, again, same step, you go here and then you go into more options, and then you say create shortcut, then you save this as Word. You see, you say open as window, you say save, and it will open as a window. So let's just bear with me, running on low specs. And again, okay, so that's okay. So let's just do that. Now I have Word. So for example, now next time, if I want to, so let's just remove that. And okay, so go back. So for example, if I want to create a new Word document, I can click on Word. I can say, there is no that option, but anyways, you get the point. Okay, now very simple, you can always go to you can just click on this open Word thing, and it automatically to select Word. So if you do not want to open it with the browser, bear with me, guys, I'm running on low specs, so just close all those. Right, and here's your Word. So that's pretty much it, guys. This is really handy for those coming from Windows and really miss the applications and things like that. They don't want to start using LibreOffice. Even though I find LibreOffice okay, it's really fine, it's excellent, especially the new version 7.0. It's interesting, very, very interesting. So this is your Word document, and you can write your nonsense there, and yeah, you can write your things there. So now I'm not going to save that. So that's your Word for you. As games is concerned, you can always download and install Steam out of the box. Elementary OS has Steam in the repository, and you can find it within the App Center. So let's just do that so I can show you guys. And now if I type Steam here, or I search for Steam, automatically you can see Steam is here. So there's the ultimate, anyways, here it is right here. So you can get one from Valve. Okay, so wait, that's not it. The thing about Steam, I don't like it. It's always constantly updating thing whenever I am offline, but then it doesn't automatically update. Looks like I have to uninstall that Steam and install it from the thingy, because it just okay. So you can already see I have it installed already. So this is basically Steam, and I'm pretty sure everyone knows what Steam is, and this is where you can play, you can run your games and so forth, so on. Yeah, so no, Linux is not boring. For those who are wondering, like, well, Linux is boring, whatever. Get out of here. You don't know what you're saying. You're just an end user. Okay, so as always, Elementary OS always has updates. Always. When I say always, I mean every time. There's always an update. Every single day. They keep us updated every single day. Right. So let's just wait for Steam to open up here. Steam, okay. Or otherwise, if you do not want to play Steam, Linux also has games that you can play, that you can download and play. And one game that I recommend is Zonoptic. It's a nice game. It's a nice game that I love to play when I'm free. So again, very simple. I'm not going to open it right now. Here it is. So this is Synoptic. So you can just double click on that. It will automatically launch. Yeah. Okay. So let's just close that. I think that's for another day. Maybe on another day I will install. I will be playing a game just to show you the gaming experience on Linux. Probably that would be my next video. Alright, now Steam is taking forever. Alright, and that is Steam right there, guys. So Steam has, okay, it's finished loading, so I'm just going to close this. I'm going to close that as well. I don't really have friends. I don't have friends on Steam. So let's go to library over here, and you can see I only have one game, and it's updating again. See, that's the thing. Steam games are always, or let me just say Steam generally, they're always updating. I don't know if I can switch this off in settings, but then for some reason I don't like being behind. Staying behind is just not cool. I don't feel like it, so it's a good thing to do. I always want to remain on the bleeding edge. So downloads, right, okay, anyways, I'm going to search it up. I'm gonna look it up and see what happens. Okay, so let me just, I don't have friends, like I said. We're gonna close that, and yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Now I'm not going to play this game right now because it is updating, as you can see, and I will be playing a game probably in the next video. But for now, I'm just going to minimize this. I'm not sure why that did it, and we'll just say this is the end of the video. Until next time, thank you very much, guys, for watching and taking your time on clicking this video and just viewing it, and I really appreciate it. Just make sure that you do press on the thumbs up, and if you feel like this is, well, nonsense or crap, just you can always say down, you can always unlike it. It's up to you. And please do subscribe to my video, to my channel. It will help us to grow and share more experiences on Linux. Until then, guys, I'll see you in the next one. It's been your boy Cope at _home. Until the next one.